I would probably say a lot of stamina.
He's been a very, very generous person.
He's been able to survive some of the hardships that he went through.
But he's got a keen curiosity and a sense of adventure that always kept me on my toes.
A great competitor.
Engineering, athletics, education, and community. Marv Byars has built a legacy in the construction industry and throughout Northern Nevada. His creed has always been skill, integrity, and responsibility.
I can say that he's lived his life with those three words in mind. He's run his business as clean as any business that's ever been run. Whenever Marv was needed, he was there. And as far as skill goes, he knows more about the construction industry than anybody I know.
Marv established and maintained one of the community's most enduring engineering construction firms. He set a benchmark as the University of Nevada's first civil engineering master's graduate.
He's truly an academic. He loves the academic side of things, and he loves to read. He loves to learn. Education has been a very important part of Marv's life.
He continues to be a champion of education, helping establish and teach at the university's post-baccalaureate construction engineering program.
Well, education to Marv was probably a #1 priority, and his involved with AGC, that was the #1 priority of AGC, sponsoring a chair in the engineering department at the University of Nevada. But it was also into the high schools, the grammar schools. It wasn't just one little aspect that Marv wanted to build an eagle. It was what he wanted to do for the community.
The Byars legacy is firmly rooted in Reno. His mother, Florence, a teacher, and father, Henry, a contractor, saw their son excel in athletics. At Reno High, he was voted the top senior athlete participating in all sports. But his prowess was in track.
We have something in common in that we both ran the 440 for the university. He came up as a freshman when I was a senior, so I was very fortunate in not having to compete against Marv. I've competed against him almost daily since on the golf course, and I don't think I've ever won.
Probably Marv's honesty is one of his strongest. Marv always says anybody that would cheat in golf would cheat in anything, and Marv's the type of man that would never cheat anyone out of anything. On the other hand, he's been too generous through the years.
As a middle distance runner, he competed at the university where he held school records in both the 220 and the 440. These long-standing marks earned him a spot in the Wolfpack Hall of Fame. Just like athletics, Marv showed great prowess in the engineering world. He went to work for Isbell Construction in 1952, where he gained a reputation as one of the region's top estimators.
That was probably one of his strengths, was how well he was able to estimate jobs. And he would come up with a number and say, yeah, when we did that job back in 2 years ago out there, we bid $12 a square yard for that work, or we moved that dirt for 10 cents a yard. And I used to think, he doesn't have a clue. He couldn't possibly remember. So I'd go back and check him, and by golly, he'd be right. And we laugh a lot about his semi-photographic mind, because he really does have a great mind.
1952 was also the year Marv married Tosca, and they began one of Marv's greatest adventures, raising a family. Linda, Mark, Christine, and Cheryl.
Oh, a lot of people mention Marv's successes that he has and how competitive he is, but there's always somebody that's been pushing him a little bit that really takes care of him and makes sure he gets the job done right, and that's Tosca.
In 1965, Marv went out on his own to start H.M. Byars Construction Company, specializing in earthwork, pipelines, and major infrastructure. He showed the skill, stamina, and integrity to keep his business flourishing for more than 3 decades.
Marv convinced us to get involved in the underground aspect, and Marv was very instrumental in showing us how to do takeoffs, how to supply materials, and from that day on, Western Nevada Supply has been very heavily involved in the underground. And our success as an individual company is not just because of ourselves, it's because of an individual like Marv Byars saying, hey, let's get involved. He also showed us the aspects of getting involved in the community, and that's been part of our success, as well as H.M. Byars.
Not only is he brilliant, but he likes to share his knowledge with you, and he's always willing to do so and encourage you to accept the next challenge.
In 1972, Marv was elected president of the Nevada chapter AGC and began a series of aggressive programs to make the community aware of the AGC's presence. He was a member of the YMCA board for 6 years and was a trustee of the Washoe County Airport Authority from 1979 to 1987, mixing his love for flying with his responsibility to the community.
Marv's been so involved in this industry for so long that he's just a part of it. The construction industry, since probably he went to work or when he graduated from college back in the very early 50s, he's been such a part of it. There's been so many things that he's done and been involved with. Certainly the Airport Authority was one of them. He flies and does love to fly and was very interested in the airport and the improvement of the airport. And certainly Marv has always been one that was progressive and wanted things to grow, but certainly in a proper, organized way.
While many talk of Reno's lack of vision, Marv had a clear understanding of community goals and how to achieve them.
Whenever he's been called upon to do anything in the community, he was the first one up at the plate.
I know Marv has always been an advocate of helping the community and seeing the community improve and prosper and grow.
His work in the public arena and as a professional earned him the honor of Engineer of the Year in 1982 from the Nevada branch of the National Society of Professional Engineers.
In my 21 years with Marv, there were very few dull moments, I can tell you that.
Marv's sense of community and sense of adventure, whether stalking new jobs in North Africa or hunting for polar bears, are legendary.
When Marv decided that we were going to join in a treasure hunt for lost Inca gold in the Arizona desert, that was a weekend outing that turned into a 3-week dig. We didn't find that treasure, but the real treasure for me are all the memories and the good times that I had with Marv.
Well, I have so many memories of Marv as my friend. I was fortunate enough to receive the AGC award back several years ago, and Marv presented that to me. And there's nothing that gives me more pleasure than to be able to participate in this. I think of Marv as my brother, and I think a lot of him.
He deserves this award more than anybody I can think of for all the hard work that he's done in the construction industry and what he's done for the community. Marv, I hope that you enjoy this evening and that you get well soon.
Marv Byars, this year's AGC Sir Award winner.